The first one comes from Tara Pat, who says, "Hi, Pat. When we die and go to heaven, the Bible says our loved ones will meet us and we'll know them. Will they look the same as they did when we last saw them? I've had 2 miscarriages and never saw my babies. Will they still be babies or will they be grown? Also, do you believe that when we die, we go straight to heaven, or do we go into a long sleep until God comes back and raises us all from the dead at the same time?"
To go back to Jesus on the cross, there was a thief there, and Jesus said, "This day you'll be with me in paradise." Nothing about soul sleep. You'll be with me in paradise. And the Apostle Paul said, "I'm in a strait betwixt two, whether to depart and be with the Lord or to remain in the flesh." There's no in between. So that's what are we going to look like? Well, I think the prevailing thought, and we don't know, is that somehow those who are tiny babies will go up to 30, and those who are like 85 will go down to 30.
I like that. That works for me.
There'll be something for all of us. But that's the thought. But, we're going to be spiritual beings, and we'll have spiritual bodies, and, we'll be so glorious that the question of how we look now will really be insignificant. The thing is, we'll be reflecting the glory of God. Okay.
This is Bob, who says, "I've pondered and do not understand what was meant in the book of Acts when it was said several times that the believers met daily and broke bread and fellowship together. Is the breaking bread daily the act of communion?"
I think they had a meal. That's what breaking of bread means. They ate together. They had dinner, they had lunch, they had whatever. So they met together and had a communal meal, and then they did their thing. I think that it's not communion every day. I don't think. All right.
Okay, this is Anna, who says, "Pat, my son is almost 32 months old. Doctors say that he has achondroplasia. I have been praying to the Lord for his healing since 2014. Last September, I had a dream. I saw Jesus. He didn't speak to me, but he touched my head, and in my heart, I knew my son was being healed. Can that be possible? And if so, can I still claim that healing? I don't know what to make of that dream. What's your opinion?" And, achondroplasia, for those of you watching who don't know, it's a skeletal disorder that results in a form of dwarfism.
Okay, well, my word is to hold on to that dream.
Yes,
and I think God can and will fulfill those dreams and those promises. And so hold on, see what happens. All right.
Okay, this is from Jess, Pat, who says, "I read 3/4 of the Quran, and there are more than 100 verses calling for the death of anyone that does not believe in Islam. Yet America has politicians swearing in on the Quran, which tells them to kill most of the people that voted for them. Do you know if there's a Christian program or church that's educating the public on chapter and verse exactly what is in the Quran?"
We are. There's a little book called Islam, Religion of Peace or War. And it doesn't have all in there, but there's some significant verses in the Quran. And I think that you'll find it very, very helpful. But I tell you, there's so much misunderstanding. I want to say this about Islam. It isn't merely a religion. It is a world view, a world system having to do with government, political, Sharia law, lifestyle, everything. It is encompassing a person's life. And it is not just a, quote, religion, any more than communism was not just a political system. It also was a religion, but it's a different type.